Hey everyone, Masked Moviegoer here to take a look at Harley Quinn, the TV series. It seems like an appropriate time with the trailer for Harley Quinn's second season just arriving, and the character's big screen spin-off Birds of Prey having hit theaters this year. The first season of Harley Quinn contains 13 episodes. Basically, Harley Quinn and Joker break up, again, and Harley Quinn sets out to get revenge by rising to the top of the crime syndicate and joining the Legion of Doom. Along the way, she turns to her best friend, Poison Ivy, for support, and finds assistance in her quest from a team that includes Clayface, Psycho, and King Shark. In the first couple of episodes, I thought Harley Quinn's series was going to be like that of Batman the Animated Series, in that each episode was more or less self-contained. I thought Harley and her team would try to achieve something or face someone, their plan would go right or wrong, there'd be a lot of comedy, lather, rinse, repeat, with each episode. Hence, I was surprised that by the 10th or 11th episode, it became apparent that the season was a full arc. You could trim this story down to maybe a little over 2 hours and have a movie that, to be honest, would be more compelling than this year's Birds of Prey. Harley Quinn's show left me pleasantly surprised. This first season told a story with plenty of humor, memorable characters, a twist or two that I did not see coming, and even a little bit of heart. I also enjoyed the references to stuff like the Bat Shark repellent and Joker surfing like on the 1960s Batman TV series. As for the titular character, Harley Quinn is a lot like the Joker in that she's a character who is hard to mess up. And here the show and Kelly Cuoco's performance do her justice. For the most part, Cuoco doesn't attempt to recreate Quinn's well-known accent that Arlene Sorkin and Margot Robbie do so well. In fact, when Cuoco does it a couple of times, it seems to be implied that Harley has been faking the accent or exaggerating the accent for her put in the Joker. But let's talk about what I loved most about the series, cause it also segs into what I hated most about it. Of course, the series is an irreverent take on Batman lore. Batman purists will be pleased that they don't try to make the Dark Knight look silly. Harley, Poison Ivy, Joker, Lex Luthor, these characters are also pretty much the ones you know and love. Granted, the show places them in some comedic scenarios, such as when the Legion of Doom votes on whether or not to finance Joker's latest over-the-top villainous scheme. But in a show like this, those characters still emerge with their dignity intact. That said, Harley Quinn's show revamps most of the other characters with mixed results. I actually liked its take on Robin, portrayed here as an overzealous, naive teen voiced by Jacob Tremblay, and I thought it was hilarious. Similarly, I like how their version of Bane is a spoof of Tom Hardy's performance as Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. Although part of me does wonder why none of the other characters seem to be spoofs of their movie counterparts when this one in particular is. Still, it works. What doesn't work as well are the new versions of Clayface and Jim Gordon. Clayface is the most annoying character in this show. He's now this over-the-top thespian who is always acting, everything is acting, and he always talks like this. And there's one moment in one of the final episodes when so much is at stake, and he completely messes up his team's plan in the dumbest, most ignorant way. I really hated this new version of Clayface. My feelings about the show's portrayal of Jim Gordon are complicated. I like that the series has fun with its characters, but again, it has somewhat of a reverence for certain ones like Batman. That said, it turns Gordon into a depressed psychopath who uses the bat signal to call Batman just so he can discuss his marital problems with him. And yeah, that doesn't sound like a horrible idea, it actually sounds pretty funny. But after a while you're like, okay, you've had your fun, now let us at least glimpse some competence in Jim Gordon. Don't just make him look like a nitwit on edge. My other main complaint about Harley Quinn's show is that sometimes I felt the show was too gratuitous with its violence and F-bombs. Sometimes I felt like the show was hammering them in, perhaps to an unnecessary extent, as if to say, see, this is an adult show, get it? When we got it many scenes ago. But I digress. Overall, Harley Quinn the series is a welcome entry among DC's television series. With plenty of humor and irreverence, the show will keep you entertained and also curious about what lies in store for Season 2. I'd give it 3 out of 4 stars. This has been The Masked Moviegoer. If you enjoyed this review, please click like and subscribe. Until later, thanks for watching.